Dun, 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 dun.
When we went to Disney, we were exhausted from a long day of just walking around that park. And we had this brilliant, what we thought was a brilliant idea. We were in the Animal Kingdom.
Oh my God.
Remember
this?
this?
Is the best,
We were
yes.
in the Animal Kingdom.
This is
And they had these
Classic
rooms that you
core
go
memory.
in. And there was this one room that was all about the sounds of the rainforest or something like that. Or at least that's what we perceived it to be. And we were like, guys, listen, it's not going to be bad if we just go into this rainforest room.
put the
There's nobody in there.
headphones on.
We put the things on, and it's the sounds of the rainforest, and we'll just go take a nap. It'll be cool. So we go into this thing, and we're like, yeah, all right. And well, how old were the girls at that age?
They
at
were
that point,
14, 15,
maybe. Wow.
16.
So they were younger, of course. And so we were like, yeah. We were all like, yeah. So we all go into this thing. We put the headphones on.
Core
and we
memory.
start the movie, and it's like, first it seems normal. It starts with like the birds
very
chirping
comforting.
and things. We're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect. And then all of a sudden, this like old lady starts speaking. She's like, "This is the rainforest." And it was all about like the destruction of the rainforest. So then all of a sudden you hear like chainsaws
Like,
and like tractors coming in to like, and
Oh
we were
my
like,
God.
our like not sleeping at all. Like our
We were
eyes.
like leaning up against the wall with the headphones.
Oh my
like,
God.
okay.
And we all kind of look
And
at
then
each
we were
other
like-
like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, this is not good.
This is Dave,
This is Reese.
and this is Manic Joy, a podcast about
Life
love
and
uncertainty.
No one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Cheers. We're trying this.
Salute.
I'm calling this the Red Vesper.
Okay. What's floating on top of there?
Animal skin. It's fucking lemon.
I like it.
"Ugh."
It's got an oaky afterbirth.
Yes. Thank goodness. I'm going to say not as good as the original,
Right.
but I'm okay drinking
It's
it.
pretty good.
Not bad.
I don't hate it.
Yeah. All right. Hi, Reese.
Hi, David.
How are you?
Pretty good, actually.
Okay. I'm glad you had to search the mucus storage unit.
Oh
for
my
an
God.
answer.
Could we please open up with the
mucus
yes?
storage?
I've had.
unit.
Yeah.
You actually sound good. How you feeling? You
Oh my
better?
God, I
You
feel
a lot
so
better.
much
I
better.
think.
This started. I want to say it's been 2 weeks,
Yeah.
a week and a half. It's been a while.
It has been a while, actually.
Yeah, I don't normally get sick.
Mhm.
It's very. It's. I
It's a
mean, it
pickled-
happens.
Pickled liver that
It
keeps
happens.
you healthy.
Honestly, every old lady that they always ask, like, "Oh, what is your secret to a long life?" Whiskey and not being around men. So,
Mm.
1 out of 2 is
That'll do
whatever. So, yeah, I had a rough go for about a week and a half, and I normally don't get sick. What happens is that I'll get sinus infection
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
this time especially my allergies. There's so much pollen everywhere that you cannot escape it, and it just hit me overnight. I woke up in the morning. This whole thing, it feels like my nose is like the size of my
Face?
entire top of my head. And so it's in there and I can't breathe, and then I get headaches and it's like a whole thing. And I'm sneezing, and it sounds like it's a cold, but it is. The allergies go into my sinuses and I'm done for. So I was not a happy camper. I slept terrible. I was just miserable. And then my nose wouldn't stop running.
Yeah.
It wouldn't stop running. It was all the time. And I think I went through, I'm not even exaggerating. I think I went through like 4 boxes of tissues in a very short amount of time. So there was that, which was fun. And then I was like telling you, I was like, I don't know where where does it come from? Because I will blow my nose, and there's so much. And then I'm like, oh, sweet relief. Literally 10 minutes later, I'm ready to go again. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And then you said it was a, because I'm thinking there's like a lot of room inside of there, so there's enough storage space. But you called it a mucage.
Yep. That's what I called it. Mucage.
Erase that. Take that out. Mucus storage
unit.
Yeah.
The
The
MSU.
MSU. Yeah. But I took a little bit of medication, whatever. I just kind of let it run its course this time. I did buy stuff just in case it happens again because I can't do this again.
Yeah.
It's so miserable.
I realized I should probably tell people. We said we're drinking the Red Vesper. So we had to go out later in the day. You took a nap, and then we were like, let's go get some alcohol now then. So we had to go to the Methuen alcohol store. That's how I think they should go, alcohol store. And it was miserable. All we wanted to do was get home.
God.
This was the
We were
fastest
like,
jaunt. We had
all we did was bitch and moan at each other
we are
because
totally like the whatever Statler and whatever.
Yeah, I
his
never
face
remember
from,
their names, but from the Muppet Show, sitting up
So
in the
anyway,
balcony, but
when-
we're in the car. But it's really miserable being
Yeah.
around people. So it's
Yeah.
just that's also not
So
ideal.
we were just like, okay. And then, so we went in there and I was like, all right, we're going to get some gin. I might as well get some new Lillet Blanc because that's running out. So let me get that. But they had Lillet Rouge.
No.
And I was like, you know what? Let me grab a bottle of that. Hence our Red Vesper.
I mean, I don't hate it in a pinch. It's
I
pretty good.
think it's okay.
But
I'm
the
not-
real
regular one's the
deal
best.
OG Vespa is the best.
Yeah. So this
It's
is
the
fine.
Vespa.
Yeah. So then I've been having a craving lately for an Italian sub. And so I was like, let's just stop at Market Basket in Methuen. It's on the way home after we go to the alcohol store. I was like, let me get some things to make the sub. Okay, time out though. That sub was fucking good.
It honestly, when we make things at home,
It's so
it
much
usually tastes better.
because I have a way.
Yeah. And if there's hair in the food, we know where it comes
That's
from.
exactly
so
right. We know it's Peppa's.
Yeah.
Or Magic's.
or
probably.
Magics,
Probably.
probably,
Magic's.
or mine, or the
yours.
girls.
Or mine.
No, not really.
Not a lot. It's mine, but
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sure.
But anyway,
Yeah.
really good sandwich.
Yeah.
But then we just couldn't wait to get home. And then it was like, oh, the Methuen High School graduation is today.
Yeah, we
and
couldn't
they
even
closed
get
down
down
that
our
street.
own
And I was
block.
like, we have to remember not to go that way
It
back
was like
home.
everything. It
And
was like
so
being in a video
we-
game that sucks, and there's
we-
no winning. No
oh.
one wins.
Trying to get to the checkout line, it was a whole thing. Anyway, we made it. We got back home, and it was like we both like jumped on the floor and kissed it because
I know,
we were like, "Thank God we
seriously.
made it."
I know.
We were literally out for like less than
I
half an
really,
hour.
really, really understand agoraphobes. I mean,
And that-
it
well,
runs
yeah,
in
I'm
my
not that bad,
family.
but, yeah.
It runs in my family, and I can totally understand just wanting to be home
Yeah.
all day and never leaving the house because there's nothing out there for you.
No.
There's nothing
Well,
out there
I got
for
very
anybody.
excited when I saw the alcohol store delivery van. I was like, wait a minute.
We're gonna have to. We're
we
gonna have
could
to
just
look
do
into
that,
that.
now.
We're gonna have to look into that
might
because
be, if the prices are cheaper than DoorDash, they're on the list.
yeah,
Pretty cool.
I'm with you.
All right, Reese. So here's what we're going to talk about today. In a phrase, sleep divorce.
Yes,
Dun dun dun. So we're going to
and
talk
it's
about
not as bad as it seems, as it sounds.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. So you'll tell us a little bit more about that. We're going to talk about kind of what's going on there with that whole
we're gonna
situation.
be talking about what goes on
And
in the
as we-
bedroom.
Oh,
Ooh,
hey. So stay
hey.
tuned, folks. You're-
Or stop listening. Put
yeah,
your
because you're
earphones
in
on.
for a doozy.
Yeah.
Sleep divorce.
Sleep divorce. Sleep
So
divorce.
tell me a bit of-
Everybody's getting a sleep divorce.
Let's hear it for the sleep divorce.
Divorce.
The sleep
Sleep
divorce.
divorce.
So tell me a
Everybody's
little bit
gonna
about
get
the
the
sleep
sleep
divorce. What'd you learn about sleep
So
divorce?
this is what I learned about sleep divorce. First of all, I know a few people actually
Do you?
that sleep separately from their spouse. They actually have their own entire bedroom.
Sleeping domicile.
Yes. They
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what it is, right? It's not. So I grew up with my, like in the earlier days, my grandparents slept in separate beds,
right.
and that was normal. But they were in the same room.
Right.
And I think if I'm not mistaken, you were telling me earlier that sleep divorce is really all about being in separate rooms.
I think it's in separate
so. It's not.
rooms.
It's. I feel like the like maybe there's the separation period if you're in separate beds, but if it goes beyond that, then you're in sleep divorce and you're in separate rooms.
Well, it gives. So I found out reasons.
Okay,
for
tell
that
me,
too.
tell
so
me.
I asked to give me some statistics and facts about this phenomenon.
Mhm.
Right. So it says about 31, and again, it's AI. Always fact check it. We didn't get a chance to
We're
do
not
that.
gonna.
So allegedly,
Yeah.
about 31% of U.S. adults report sleeping separately from their partner, at least occasionally. More than 1/3 of adults say that they sometimes or consistently sleep in another room from their partner.
How many percent?
1/3 of adults.
Oh, 1/3. So 33%.
Some surveys have found that 1 in 6 couples have intentionally adopted separate sleeping arrangements to improve sleep quality. And a 2017 National Sleep Foundation survey found that nearly 1 in 4 couples sleep in separate beds. Why couples sleep separately? The biggest reasons are snoring, different sleep schedules, restlessness, tossing and turning, different temperature preferences, which is, I think we kind of get that a little bit. Medical conditions, but I'm pretty sure we're both going to have our CPAP machines at the same time. So it'll be like at the same time.
Finish the list, but I got things to say.
Okay, different mattress preferences. Okay, one survey found that 82% of people living with a partner say their partner wakes them up at night. 70% reported better sleep quality. 42% said it improved or rejuvenated their relationship. Some reported improved intimacy because they were less exhausted and less irritable. So, when did the sleep divorce trend start? The term sleep divorce became popular in the late 2010s and early 2020s, but the practice itself is ancient.
Ooh.
What's funny is that for that much of history, sleeping separately wasn't considered strange at all. By the early 1900s, many experts actually recommended separate beds for hygiene and health reasons. Twin beds were marketed as modern, healthy, and sophisticated. I always think of like I Love Lucy. That was the first time, like as a kid, I saw
Yeah.
a
Separate
married
beds
couple in
yeah.
separate beds, and they made it was a statement that they were in separate beds. You know, it was like I was like, ooh. So 1950s, 1960s, separate beds started becoming associated with unhappy marriages. Society began emphasizing togetherness, romance, and the idealized nuclear family. So twin beds fell out of favor. And then to go through just historically, wealthy medieval couples in separate chambers, nobility often maintained separate sleeping quarters connected by adjoining rooms. Renaissance canopy beds, couples shared a large enclosed bed with curtains for warmth and privacy. Victorian separate bedrooms, 1800s. Among the upper class, husbands and wives often had separate bedrooms. It was considered refined and practical. And Hollywood twin beds, 1930s, 1950s. TV shows like I Love Loosely. I Love Loosely.
Is that your dating
love
manual?
loose leaf.
I love loosely. A practical dating handbook by Reese Sharest.
Or a scholarly dissertation. I love loose leaf. Anyway,
Loose leaf.
loose leaf.
Also funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, and so a fun podcast question that
Oh.
it came up to ask the listeners: would you rather have 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep every night in a separate room, or sleep next to your spouse every night but lose an hour of sleep?
I think an hour is fine. That's my point
I
of
feel
view
like
on
that's
that.
what we lose anyway.
I feel like an hour is fine to me. It's when you've got beyond that, because like I think a good sleep for me is anywhere between 6 and 8, right? So like 7, like so let's say you were gonna get 8 and you're losing an hour to sleep with the person that you like to sleep with. Like I'm okay with that.
It's funny because when you travel for work, I still can't sleep.
So here's the interesting thing I think about our situation, and I think what honestly it'll be interesting to see how this changes, right?
Mm.
Because I think we do enjoy sleeping together. We like to be in the same room. We like to be in the same space. I think it is good that we have a king size bed
Yes, I think that
Because-
is very helpful.
because once we're kind of done canoodling and whatever,
Right.
and we want to sleep, we kind of go on our separate sides of the bed.
Although some nights,
And then we,
some nights you do linger a
We
little bit
encroach
too long
too
on
long.
my space.
Okay.
And
Good to know.
I do get a little miffed, but not enough to wake you up and move you. But I'm always like, well, you have to move. Because sometimes I love you. I love you so much. But sometimes like you're on my pillow too. Like you're on my pillow. I'm like, how are you still on my pillow? And you like wrap your leg on me.
Yes.
And then I get hot. Like I get sweaty and hot.
And I've been getting hot lately too.
Yes,
Oy.
you took on my menopause, which is fantastic.
Yep.
Love that for you.
Yeah. good
But
time.
yeah, so I'm like a rotisserie chicken. I am like this all night long. I like circle around. I'm like the hot dog in the 7-Eleven. I'm just like this. And
Good references.
because I'm up at night thinking of them. I'm like, why am I
good.
like this?
No wonder. That's why
It's-
you're up all night.
It's very frustrating because I don't ever remember. I used to be, but like back in the day, I would sleep at anybody's house. I'd sleep anywhere. It was never an issue for me. There have been times I slept in bathtubs. I've slept one time as a goof. I slept in a dresser drawer in college. Had no problem with that. I've slept on floors, couches, chairs. I fell asleep one time. I got super drunk on my birthday at Ruth Ann's house. She had an apartment in New York, and we went out drinking, and I had way too many Cosmopolitans. And the cab ride home, I was like, oh, this is going to be bad. And I make it up. I think she was like 8 floors up. It was really just painful. And I get up there, I was doing pretty good. And then all of a sudden I was like, blur, and I start throwing up. And then it felt comfortable to lean on the sink because I was splashing my face. And I had fallen asleep, standing up, leaning over with my head on the faucet. And when I woke up, I was like, I had to unstick. And I had a huge square here from the faucet. And the next morning was Easter, and my father had to come pick me up in New York on Easter. And I had this big, like, indent. And he was like, what? I was like, it's fine. Horrible. But I slept. I slept on the faucet. Like, I could sleep anywhere. And I could still kind of sleep anywhere. But for some reason, I don't know. When I'm in the bed, I'm just like, ram, ram, ram. Like, I can't. And I have to do a lot of things before I go to bed now. I have like a routine and I have a whole thing. And before we can even get to the snuggle, I got to do all these things. And then I don't know. And I got to be near my phone so I can tap it to see what time it is all the time.
Yeah, you're obsessed with the time. Why don't you
Always.
just get a clock and it will always show you the time? But anyhow, I'll digress. So I feel as though, I typically don't have a problem sleeping.
No, you turn right over and go right to bed.
Usually. The only times I don't sleep well is when there's something kind of scratching, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
kind of that I'm mulling
Yeah.
over, right?
Yeah.
Or something that I need to get out or something
Yeah.
like that. Typically, otherwise I'm pretty good. I have not been sleeping great within the last month or so, but getting better. And I think for us at least, we're not at the stage right now where, like, look, we both snore, but it's not a problem for the two of us. Like,
Right.
it's not snoring that keeps us awake,
Right.
usually.
Right.
I think what will be interesting as we get older is if we do run into health-related things. But, knock on wood, I'm hoping we don't get anything crazy like that.
Well, I'm feeling at
But-
some point one of us is getting the CPAP.
Do you think
I could
so?
see it.
I don't know. I feel like...
I feel like what my sinuses,
I don't know.
something's going to happen.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope not. I feel like we'll be okay. But
Yeah.
so that would be that is the thing that would lead me down that questioning path of, because right now, like, I don't see any reason there's no reason for us not to be in the same room or to sleep in the
And
same
we're
bed.
pretty good because you have your side, I have my
Right,
side.
that's what I'm saying, like-
you have your doom pile, I have my doom pile.
Mhm.
Both of our nightstands are fucking chaos. Although I did give it a refresh.
You do
the other
like to
day.
do refreshes.
I like to do a refresh, but I think for the most part, we do enjoy sleeping in the same bed. I also have my mask with the Bluetooth, so that blocks out snoring or anything that's going
true.
on there.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like to listen to that app with that gives me all the different. They have one for tinnitus.
Yep.
They have one for calming your brain and sleep and all that. So that actually has been wonderful. That what is it, Endel?
Endel.
If
Yeah.
Endel wants
Highly
to
recommended if anybody wants to check
wants to
out that app.
sponsor us, I recommend it to everybody.
We both love that. You
Oh,
use it a
God.
lot for sleep. I use it a lot for focus and doing work during the day.
Mhm.
I think it's great.
It's super helpful. It's better than, we were talking about this the other
Apparently,
night.
it's got an intimacy one in there too.
Oh,
Maybe we should
hey,
try
no,
that. All right. Well, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Would you feel rejected if your partner suggested separate rooms? So if I said, hey, you know what? Maybe we should just sleep in separate rooms. I will say this. We got into a little bit of an argument the other night, and I got to the point where I was like, fine. And I was like, I got to
Yeah.
just get out of the room.
That was weird because usually I'm the one that will do that.
Yeah.
You did that.
Well, because I think we're like, if we feel it getting too heated, we're just going to remove ourselves. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do that. And I was like, I didn't want to deal. And so I was like, I'm just going to go because I was actually really tired and I wanted to sleep and I wanted to just go sleep. So I
Yeah.
got up and I actually went into the office and slept on the couch. Literally, after the first minute of me being like, ugh, I fucking passed out.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh. And then I don't even know what time you came in, but you were like, come to bed. And I was like, okay. And I was like,
You I feel like you laughed. You realized you were asleep in the bedroom, in the office. You were like,
yeah.
I think you were like, why am I in here?
Because like I said, I passed out.
Yeah.
That felt like, how long was I in there? I don't even know what time you came in because
It
I didn't
wasn't
even look
that
at the
long.
time.
It wasn't that long. I was
okay. It felt like because
like an hour or
I
two.
passed out
I passed out too.
and I felt like it was
I
great.
went to bed and I woke up like I usually wake up, and
Yeah.
you weren't there, and I was like, "Oh, that motherfucker went and slept in the fucking someplace." So I went. I didn't
So you-
even go.
You found me.
I didn't even go in the office first.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah.
No, I went into. I don't know why I would think you would go in the TV room because the cats are there and they'll drive you nuts if you try to sleep in there.
Mhm.
And so you weren't any. And I was like, "Oh my god, he's in the freaking office," and then there you were, snug like a bug in a rug.
I really did. I
And I
passed out.
really was gonna leave you there, but then I was like, I don't want to sleep in the bed without you. So I was like,
I know.
get the fuck up,
Yeah.
get back
Yeah.
into bed.
So,
idiot.
and that was fine. And then, I went into the bedroom and it was like, okay, cool. And I passed out there too. But I literally, I was like, whoa. Because I wasn't expecting to just, I guess I was just really tired.
Yeah.
But I did not expect to pass out that well
yeah,
right at that point. But anyway.
yeah.
So, I mean, how would you feel about that though? If I was like,
So-
you know what? I think we need to sleep in separate rooms.
So it depends on the circumstance
I
because,
agree. Yeah.
right? So if there had been something leading up to it where we finally get to the point where it's like, I'm just gonna go make up the spare room or whatever, and
Mhm.
kind of we're gonna on a trial basis. But it also depends on the tone and how you're saying it and how you broach it.
Sure.
I think is important, and I also think the extenuating circumstances
Yeah.
gives a lot into
Well,
why that would happen.
Well, let me give you a perspective here. Is that I feel like if it was a health related thing, I think obviously we would
There'd
do
be
what
no
we need
question.
to do. We got to do what we got to do. We got to try to do it. If it was a relationship related
Right.
suggestion,
That would be different.
I feel like that would be different,
That would be
And
very
that would bother
suspect.
me.
Yes.
and that would not be something I would be like really. But I guess it would depend on what was happening with our relationship that led to that point.
Right.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? And so,
Right.
so yeah, I think a lot of unknowns in that, but I think
Mm.
that would be my divide. I'd feel like less good about it if it was relationship related, and I'd feel fine about it if it was health related,
Right.
because ultimately we want each other to be healthy.
No, I'm with you on that. I feel like if it's like a relationship thing, step one is sleeping in separate rooms. Step two is probably
Your separate lives
Yeah.
and a whole other thing.
right, which is not something that I would handle very well.
Well, I don't think it's anything
At
that
all.
you and I are really interested in,
No. No. And
so
Right.
I don't know.
and I like knowing that you're sleeping in the bed with me. Like I
Yeah.
know that you're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if it gets to the point where
I'll
you know,
do a Ferris Bueller and just put the the snoring the snoring dummy.
Yeah. Oh, you mean yourself?
Oh, you mean myself? Ah. Actually, that would be funny. When I go on trips, I'll just put the sleeping dummy in there.
No, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, so let me ask you this then.
Yes.
So what would you think would be a bigger threat to our marriage? Sleeping apart or being exhausted all the time?
Well, I think both of those things can't be good.
But let's put it this way. The sleeping apart would be so that you wouldn't be exhausted all the time if this was the scenario, because I don't think it's our scenario. But if that were the scenario, the sleeping apart would mean we're getting a good night's sleep.
Well, the
and then we're coming
statistic-
together, right? And then if it's we're sleeping, we're exhausted because we can't sleep when we're together.
Well, we have the statistic there that I don't.
Yeah.
Oh God, how do I teach public speaking? I really sometimes wonder.
Me too.
Seriously.
I don't want to say anything. But
Really need to get on that. But okay, but no, statistically, it said that it helped marriages, like it helped with the intimacy. It
you
helped
would think
with all
so.
of that.
If you were in a situation where, again, like I can see, like, right, if you're tired all the time, you're exhausted, you're irritable, you're too tired to be, what's the word? Now I'm doing it.
I feel like
Attentive.
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because
but I feel like honestly, we work well sleeping in the bed together, and also we have learned to adapt to the intricacies that happen when we're sleeping in the bed. Like we don't have to go apart from each other. Every once in a while, like I said, you're in my space.
Yeah.
For a little bit too long, you linger over there, but then it's fine. And I get over it and I fall asleep and it's fine. And I put my mask on with my Bluetooth and I block it all out. So we make a point to make sure that we can sleep in the same bed together. You know what I mean? Like but there are some people that are just like, no, we're cool. We're not going anywhere, but I need to have my own space. And we're really not like that. We're both kind of space invaders with each other.
Well,
so
yeah, we kind of like enjoy being in our like close proximity to each other. Like we still enjoy that,
and we're
So
good
it's
with
not
that. Like we could both be in the same space.
We're
doing
both
work
touchy
or
feely
whatever.
people,
Yeah.
and we like to do that.
Yes,
So
and
that
we're
works
kind of
for us.
like we're definitely like cats, where we like to be in the room with the people. We like to be near them. Sometimes we like to be close. And then sometimes we just want to be in the general vicinity.
Yeah.
We don't need to be where dogs like they constantly have to be on top of you.
Yeah.
We're cat people. Like I
Yeah, that
totally
makes sense.
understand. My favorite thing is sometimes when I can't sleep, I go in the TV room and the cats are like bookends. I got Peppa sleeping on the little perch and Magic sleeping right across from me on the little foot stool. What is it? What is that thing?
The ottoman.
The Ottoman, the Ottoman Empire, and and they just like to be near you. They won't come sleep on me, but they'll come like sleep around me, and I get it. Like they want to be in the room where it happens. So it's
that makes sense.
All right, what else you got?
I got this. If separate bedrooms guaranteed the perfect sleep, would you do it
Yes.
all the time?
If we could do it like once or twice a week, where we can just have perfect sleep, I'd try it.
so
I would love that for you, and I would love that for me. I haven't had the perfect sleep in years.
I would love that for you because I know you struggle more than I do with sleep. But so I guess it would matter on, again, it's difficult for us because we don't have such a hard time with us sleeping together. So it's like hard to, right. Well, again, right. Yeah, exactly. Yet who knows what's going to happen. But as of now, we're pretty good again. Right. But I would say this, if a perfect sleep were guaranteed and there were like big days for us, like I would totally be cool with like, look, hey, tomorrow I got a big day. I'm going to go in the other room because I got to make sure I get a perfect sleep. Because I definitely
that would be fine. Who would get mad at that?
You would think.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you would. I was like,
No.
I
What
would
you would think.
not.
This
Yeah.
takes me to, we saw Obsession recently, and I could see
was
that
so
being like,
good.
hey, I'm going to go sleep in the other room.
No. That movie.
So good.
Also, if
So
you don't
good.
like horror movies, don't even bother. But
It was good.
Obsession was phenomenal.
Yeah. So I feel like in that situation, definitely it would be an occasion thing.
Right.
Again, that's barring not having problems sleeping.
And I
typically.
think if like out of nowhere you said to me, "Hey, I have this idea that I was thinking maybe we have some separate sleeping quarters." Like if it happened out of nowhere, I would be like, "No."
Yeah.
Okay, weirdo.
Well,
like
yeah,
I
like,
would
I mean,
be
yeah.
suspicious and weird and
Because
be like,
if it was weird,
"Why are you doing that?"
but if it was like, listen, like,
right? Like
so
and I would totally understand if, because of the nature of how I sleep and I'm tossing and turning and I'm up going to the bathroom 2 or 3 times a night and
Mhm.
like all this stuff. And let me just preface this. When you hit a certain age, especially women, you're going to have to go to the bathroom several times during
Yeah,
the night.
yeah.
There's no getting around it. That's why I'm not camping at this age. I'm very skeptical of whose place I'm sleeping at because I'm like, where's your bathroom? But put me next to a bathroom.
where's the outhouse?
Where's the outhouse? Definitely not an outhouse. The other night for the first time, I slept at Johnny and her boyfriend's apartment. If I tell you the cutest thing ever, just a quick side quest of the story just to explain it.
Okay.
One of my apprehensions was I'm going to get up and pee a million times. I don't want to wake these kids up. I don't know.
Oh, they
But
got you
they-
Depends?
Listen, if I had to just to make them happy and it wouldn't disturb them, I would do anything for those kids. But that's besides the point. She sets everything up. She has the pull-out bed on the couch, the whole thing. I told her I could just sleep on the couch. No. She was so excited. She had the tub and it was all organized with all the sheets and the things and everything. And she sets the whole thing up. She puts a little cat doll on there. She puts her big koala, her doll that she had since she's a kid, put the whole thing. And she goes, I'm going to leave the light on. She has a little desk that's like in the middle
In the
between
middle,
the
yeah.
bedroom and the
So you can see where the bathroom
cute
is.
little thing. She goes, I'm going to put the light on for you so when you have to get up to go to the bathroom, it's on. And I said to her, I was like, she's like, no. We're going to leave it on. I said, okay. And it's the best
So
thing she
cute.
it did because the apartment is like pitch dark.
Yeah.
And it was, she knew I was going to get up like
Yeah.
1,000 times to go to the bathroom. And it was so thoughtful. So I think about these things now when I'm going to places. The bathroom is the one thing. I'm like, where am I going? I need to know. So I feel like your routines change as you get older and your sleep patterns change. And
Yeah.
I really remember like up until I want to say my 30s, I would sleep through the night without a problem. Once I got into like my 40s or 50s, well, 40s definitely, late 40s, I don't know, sleeping was just a bitch. It
Well,
was
you
just
ready?
awful.
Well, here's what's changed the most about sleep as you've gotten older. And this opens up everything, right? So we talked a little bit about bathroom trips, myself included. I definitely get up at least once a night to go to the bathroom.
I'm ready to tell you the biggest one, which you don't really have a problem with. But
Okay.
keep going. Go ahead.
So this is one of them, I think. Yeah, that's the biggest one. Again, most recently we mentioned this a little bit. I definitely get like night sweats and shit. Like,
You'd be getting the
I-
night sweats.
so
Yeah.
this
It's
just the other day.
interesting.
Like, I'm not even like, but I was.
And it was before the weather started to get warm.
My shirt was drenched.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I sweating? And like, I wasn't sick or anything. There was a time there where I was sick
Yeah.
a little bit, but like recently, like no, I've just been fine. Like I'm drenched.
That's what menopause is. It's
Like,
like you
holy
go to
shit.
bed and you're like, oh my God, I'm so cold. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, head to toe.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, you've got the menopause thing going on.
Well, I'm kind of.
right?
I
Like,
think
or
I'm in the
you
late
past
stages
that
of it. I
now,
think
yeah.
I'm over the hurdle of it.
Mhm. So what does that? Does that mean you're not up because of that anymore? Like, is
No.
that different? Or?
I just think also like age related. I think it's just weird. And then it's also weird that like I don't sleep well, but I am up at 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Well,
But
so,
I refuse to get out of bed. I'm still in the
well,
mind
yes,
frame
you
of
are definitely.
this is not the time for waking up. You need to keep sleeping for as long as you can. But
Yeah.
I just want to say this. The pillow.
Oh, well, it's
pillow.
definitely difficult to find a comfortable pillow. Listen,
I've been fighting the pillow wars for
but you and I both,
years.
and the only thing that keeps me sane is honestly those little fucking pillows that I
know.
know are annoying as
You have
shit.
17 of them.
I have 3.
David doesn't like any throw pillows, any extra
throw
extraneous
pillows are
pillows.
stupid.
He
they're not-
actually
they're
throws
not
them.
built
Does
for
not want
sleeping.
them. No, it's
Yeah,
decoration.
I don't need that. I don't need decoration
No
in
one
my
needs it, David. But we
You're
all
my bed decoration.
Yes, I am a throw pillow.
Oh.
Every female loves a throw pillow.
bed. Okay.
We love it. There's no reason for it.
Useless to me.
They're
Useless.
outrageously expensive.
Stupid.
So stupid.
Dumb.
But the aesthetic of it, it's adult.
Unnecessary.
When you get to the throw pillow stage of your life, you're like, I am officially an adult, and you pay $15 for a raggedy ass fucking decorative pillow, and you're just like, this is the best pillow ever because you can't sleep on. It's not comfortable. It's not meant for you to sleep on. It's
Not at
just
all.
meant for it to be there and look cool as shit. But that's besides the point. I've been struggling with a comfortable pillow now for a very long time,
Mhm.
and I have gone through.
Well, same. This is what I'm saying.
I've gone through several. TikTok has definitely influenced me to buy certain products, which we don't have to get into. But one was this one particular type of pillow. I'm not going to give them any type of exposure
Yeah.
because I've had such a terrible experience just trying to get the pillow. I first saw it on TikTok. I was like, that looks like,
Is it coming tomorrow?
This is what I
tomorrow supposed
need.
to come?
yes,
Okay.
fingers crossed. We'll see.
I know.
So
I'm rooting for you.
Thank you, babe. Months ago, I saw it on TikTok, and sometimes like on TikTok, they have an Amazon shop. So I go there because we have the Prime, and I'm like, I'll get that faster. So I go and I order this pillow. It's been 2 weeks, and they're like, there's a delay. I'm supposed to get it in 2 days. There's a delay. 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, I was like, this is nuts. I cancel it. I cancel the order. I'm like, this is crazy. So I go on TikTok. I get a coupon. I order it there. Again, delay. It's been like 3 months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what?
Forget it.
Fuck this fucking pillow. Like, I've had it. Finally, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it one more try. I'm just going to give it one more try. I ordered it again on Amazon. It's supposed to come tomorrow.
I hope it comes. I hope it comes.
I really hope it does because this looks like this could be the answer to all my problems.
Listen.
And if it does and it works, I will give them
I hope
all
so.
the shout outs.
I hope
But
so.
this is it
Yeah.
because it's the pillow. Because
I
I'm
need to get
sleeping.
I actually do need to get a better. I need to get a new main pillow. So I
I'm,
might
like,
wait. I might wait to
cranking.
see how you do with
Okay.
yours. So what I will typically do is when I would travel, if I end up having a good night's sleep and I find a good pillow, and I will look up like what is this pillow.
We did that one time.
We've done it a couple of times. The one I have right now is because of doing that, and it's just I think it's just old now. I need
Yeah.
to get a new one because it's not as
I remember the
plump
best
as
the,
it was. But
the best night's sleep, pillow, bed, comforter, room temperature, everything
Mhm.
was Joe Pospisil and Peggy's wedding. Do you remember that hotel and the bed?
Mm.
That I'm never gonna
No.
get over it.
Nope, I don't at all.
It was the most. I felt like I was sleeping on a cloud in heaven.
Oh,
I slept
that.
like an angel.
Yeah.
I think about that all the time. I think about that, and the best steak I ever had was at this place that I went to a wedding. It was at a hall.
oh,
In Long
the one you didn't
Island.
get to eat.
Yeah.
that
Well,
that
the
one?
first time I went there, I went with a friend of mine to one of his buddies' weddings, and it was the best steak I ever ate. And then I don't know, we went there years later, you and I as a couple, and all I could do was talk about the steak. And then I had one shot too many,
Mm.
never even made it to the steak. That was the night that I was Courtney Love, and I had to get escorted
Well,
out of the
let's not
facility.
talk about that.
Let's
Well,
not
We've talked
talk
about it before
that.
on the podcast. But
Let's
save
not get
that
back
for
into
another
it.
one.
But anyway, so I think right now my mortal enemy is the pillow. I
yeah.
think once
So
I get
I want to give this pillow a shout out because I've been trying to mention it and then we keep getting sidetracked. But the pillow that that does save me, that makes anything bearable.
Little round pillow.
The little round pillow. It's called the Total Pillow.
Yeah.
And it's one of these as seen on TV pillow type things that you get them in like packs of 2 or 3. And I probably do for a reorder.
No, you're not. There's 3 of them.
No, they're old. I need to replace them.
Oh,
Is what I'm saying.
Make sure you get rid of those 3
Yes,
because
of course. No,
there's
I'm
so
going to
many.
save them in my where my cat
your
whiskers
pillow-
with my
in your-
cat whiskers.
Listen. No one asked you to bring that up. No one asked you to bring that up. That is something that we do not talk about in public.
Okay, I didn't talk about it.
The first rule of cat whiskers in the Little Tiny Teacup Club is we don't talk about the cat
Okay,
whiskers in
well,
the Little Tiny Tea Club.
Listen, if you're hearing this,
Club.
just pretend that didn't happen. So the Total Pillow, yeah,
What's on my face?
for whatever reason, it allows me to. You can manipulate it, you can move it, and it
actually
makes
is-
you. It's comfortable.
It
It saves me.
actually
And it's the
is
proper
fine.
like when you want to look up, you want to do something. It supports you in the right way. Like
Sometimes when I want to,
It
like
works.
when
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
big spoon
yep.
on you and I want to do a little cuddle, I'll
Yep.
use one of those
Yes,
little
it's
pillows
perfect.
just to throw it in there.
And same for me when I'm the big spoon. I come over and I got to plop that over there.
No, you
to give
put
me
that.
The,
You just sleep
it
on
co-
my
it comes with
fucking
me.
pillow.
No, I don't.
Take over my
I come
space.
with a thing. Deal with it.
But you know what? Yes, but that little pillow is not gonna.
But
save
it's not
me.
like the main pillow. Yeah.
The pillow I have right now is it's supposed to be soft but stern type pillow.
You mean firm?
Well, like
And it's like, listen, you better go to sleep now.
listen, you.
You son of a.
No, I guess firm is the right word, but anyway, it rhymes.
Stern.
So I sleep on it, and it's like then I get a crank in my neck. So I'm like, all right, let me turn to the other side. I get a crank in that side.
Yeah.
Then sometimes I sleep on my stomach, and then it like pushes up my nose, like I'm like suffocating myself,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and I'm like, I hate this.
I know.
And then I push the whole thing, and then I sleep underneath it with it on top of my head. It's a circus. It's very bad. It's not great.
Pillows,
It's
man.
not
It's
ideal.
not easy.
It's really about
I'd
the
actually be
pillow.
curious if you think you have like the perfect pillow. Like, let us know because
I'll take any
I
recommendations
will.
at this point.
And then we're gonna
I
come
am
to your house
suffering.
and we're gonna take a nap.
We try it out. I'll try it
before
out. I'll
we
come to your
invest
house
any
and try it out.
dollars. Yeah. So,
It's all good.
all right. Well, let me ask you this question: what's the weirdest thing you've ever done trying to fall asleep?
You go first.
I don't think I've done anything weird to try to fall asleep. I have the only things that I've done is, listen to the sounds.
What's the weirdest sound that you've listened to fall asleep? Has there ever been anything? 'Cause I have one.
Well, so this doesn't really count, but it kind of does. I'll tell this story. When we went to Disney, we were exhausted from a long day of just walking around that park. And we had this what we thought was a brilliant idea. We were in the Animal Kingdom.
Oh my God.
Remember
the
this?
best,
We were in
yes.
the Animal Kingdom.
This is
And they had these
Classic
rooms that you
core
go
memory.
in. And there was this one room that was all about the sounds of the rainforest or something like that. Or at least that's what we perceived it to be. And we were like, guys, listen, it's not going to be bad if we just go into this rainforest room.
put the
There's nobody in
headphones
there.
on.
We put the things on and it's the sounds of the rainforest. And we'll just go take a nap. It'll be cool. So we go into this thing. And we're like, yeah, all right. And how old were the girls at that age?
they were
at that point.
14, 15,
Maybe. Wow.
16.
So they were younger, of course. And so we were like, yeah. We were all like, yeah. So we all go into this thing. We put the headphones on.
Core
and we
memory.
start the movie, and it's like, first it seems normal. It starts with like, the
Yeah,
birds
very
chirping
comforting.
and things. We're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect. And then all of a sudden, this like old lady starts speaking. She's like, "This is the rainforest." And it was all about like the destruction of the rainforest. So then all of a sudden you hear like chainsaws
Like,
and like tractors coming in to like, and
Oh
we were
my
like,
God.
our like not sleeping at all. Like our
We were
eyes.
like leaning up against the wall with the headphones.
Oh my
like,
God.
okay.
And we all kind of looked
And
at
then
each
we were
other
like-
like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, this is not good.
Amazing.
So-
However, that trip, we did sleep pretty good at
we
night,
slept when we
though.
finally got
'cause
home
we were
because we were
exhausted.
exhausted from walking all day. But
That's
amazing
a core memory.
because it was the complete
love that.
opposite of what we
I
thought
love
was
that
going to
so much.
happen. And then
I remember
I've
when
gotten
we
up,
went
I've
to
read
Jamaica.
a book. Like
Jamaica, I slept like
yeah. I think the air,
amazing.
because you're spending time outside all day. I think probably that helps. The outside air, the sun,
Yes.
all these things
Yes.
that just make you feel like rested and,
Yes.
and ready to
ready to
rest.
sleep.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think like, so I tell you constantly, I cannot fall asleep before 9 o'clock or at 9 o'clock. I need to be in bed by 10 o'clock is probably the earliest.
Meanwhile, I'm in bed by sometimes 7:30.
The other night,
I would love to be asleep.
The other night you tried
by
to snuggle with
9.
me. It was like 8:40 something.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
And I was like, absolutely not.
I
Get
want to
off
be
of
in
me.
bed by 9 because I usually get up at 5. And that's why.
Yes, but I get up at 5
You
too,
get
no
up-
matter what
well,
time. But I hate
but
it,
you
and I
don't get
don't
up
want to
at
be
5.
there.
Like,
no, I will
you-
not get up.
Right. You stay in bed and listen, I am at an age where I prioritize sleep. I think I've said this before. Like if I got a horrible night's sleep, like typically what I want to do is get up and go to yoga. But if it's like I had a horrible night, like I'm going to say, you know what? I'm not going to go and I'm going to sleep more.
What's also crazy is that I nap a lot. I come from
You
a
do.
long line of
You-
nappers.
Listen, you at least take a nap a day.
I have to because
Yeah.
my brain is the most
Is a
active
mucus
is
storage
mucus
unit.
factory. My brain is in a constant like all the tabs are open all
Mhm.
day long, and by like 2:30, 3 o'clock, I need a siesta. And I have a little siesta, and I can still go to bed. Like there's some times where I go to bed without a problem. It's just staying asleep is the problem. But the part of it is I'm not comfortable. My arms, I sleep like I have different positions. So if I sleep on my left side, I sleep like my hand is up here, and I usually stick my arm.
I do this.
I stick my arm here,
Yeah.
and I sleep like this, and I'm on my side.
I do like the early breakdancing.
Yeah, sometimes
moves.
sometimes when we're
To
laying in
sleep.
bed, I laugh because we're sleeping in the same position,
Yeah.
and that kind of cracks me
Yeah.
up. But then if I sleep on the right side, then I sleep like a flamingo. Like
Okay.
my leg
On
is
one
like
leg?
number
Yes, I see.
4
Yep.
position,
Yep.
and I'm like this. But then like my arm starts to fall asleep. That
so
wakes
that's
me
what,
up.
That's what gets me these days is my limbs fall asleep.
They fall
My
asleep,
arms.
and
It's
it
not-
makes
it's nothing
you.
but my
It
arms,
wakes
but
you
yeah.
up. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're
then you gotta do the- I
everything
do
is
the,
sleeping, but if everything is sleeping, why is it waking you up that your arm is asleep? Make it,
It
make
doesn't
sense.
make any sense. It
So
doesn't.
then, then if I sleep on my back, that's when I snore because I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
and I'm like, no. Or I make, oh God, I make these noises, and sometimes you don't hear them, and I'm like, how do you not hear it?
I'm
But I'll
passed
be
out,
laying,
dude.
I'll be laying in the bed, and then sometimes I'm like, all right, let me just lay on my back. It's like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fine. So I'm like, all right, this is kind of comfortable. I'm like, okay. All of a sudden I'm like, what is that noise? Why am I doing that? I'm like, what is that noise? And I look over at you because I'm so scared I'm gonna wake you up.
Yeah, you
Nothing.
keep telling me these things about being afraid to wake me up, and I'm like, you're
Out
not
cold.
gonna, you're
Out
not gonna
cold.
wake me up.
If
The
that's
only thing's
my-
gonna wake me up is if it's something like horrible, and typically just random
There's been
sounds.
times
is
I've
not
heard
bad.
bombs go off.
Yeah.
One time I heard,
Yeah.
I thought there was a thing outside the window.
A thing.
Come on, what's the thing that floats around? The neighbor does it
Oh, a
across the.
drone?
I thought a drone was outside the window. I was like, "Meh." I like heard it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you don't hear
No.
a
Usually,
goddamn
if I'm
thing.
sleeping, no, I'm good.
Any little anything. I can hear the cat sneeze in the other room.
I'll tell
and
you
I'm
what
like,
I do
I'm up.
hear though. If I'm not sleeping, I will hear somebody out in their car with their fucking music on. Like that's the type of shit that I hear. Well, I'm not even talking
And in
about
this
the
neighborhood,
deep bass
it's a
things. I'm
lot.
talking about just like somebody listening to music in their car.
Yeah.
Like, really fucking turn that
Yeah.
shit down. That type of shit will keep me up. But anyway, I don't know.
Anyway, yeah.
So this is where we are. So here's our assessment.
yes.
Sleeping right now,
Yeah.
where we are. What
Yeah.
are we? We're 52,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Sleeping together is still good.
Yeah.
We have no health conditions or health worries that are making us or forcing us to be inconveniencing the other person. Right? Exactly. And so we'll keep you posted. But as of now, things are good, and I would prefer us sleeping in the same
And I
room,
will take any type
in the same
of
bed.
recommendations you have for pillows because I got to see what's happening with the pillow that I'm getting.
Let's hope this comes in tomorrow. I'm excited about
next,
it. I'm
next-
invested. I'm invested
I know.
in this pillow.
Next time we do the podcast, I will probably have some. If it shows up, because I don't know if
And it
it's,
doesn't get stolen.
I don't know if okay. There's two things that can happen. I'm thinking that
Or it
these
gets
pillows
delivered
never
to the
show up
wrong
because
address.
they're stuck
or
in
you
the
get another
Strait
bottle
of
of fucking
Hormuz.
muscle amino acids.
No, they're stuck in the. Oh, we didn't even discuss
know.
that.
We'll save that for another one.
Yeah. So I feel like the pillows are stuck in the Strait of Hormuz where we can't get shipping containers through. This one, I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm here for it. I hope it shows up tomorrow. Everybody say a little
Listen,
prayer
friends,
shows up. And
let us know what's going on with your sleep habits these days.
Yes.
Are you
I was excited to have
pro
this-
same room?
Yeah.
Are things keeping you up at night?
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on. We'd love to hear it. And remember this. I feel like you got something else
I was
to
going to say we should call this one Pillow Talk because that's what this has been about. You're welcome.
Look at you. Wow.
You're welcome.
Well, I'll see what Kathy has to say about
okay.
it.
Freaking
Anyhow,
Kathy.
friends, life is a group project. Be kind to each other.
We got the right stuff. We put the hammer